Alright. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to discuss Iuno. This video is a little late, but we still have a couple weeks almost left on her banner. And I did do some analysis already, just kind of a banner preview in another video. And I thought maybe I would be a little bit more uh, elaborate on just in particular, not all three characters on the banner. Because I think there's a couple important questions to be answered about Yuno. I said in the previous video I made, the banner review, that I thought Yuno was in better shape than ever. And well, we know that's true in a sense, right? She has gone from a skippable sub DPS that could be easily replaced by Mortefi in really her only effective team with Augusta to a top DPS option with the two when she released, or excuse me, when she reran. So when this banner dropped like 10, 11 days ago or something, it was looking like, wow, Yuno is Yuno has arrived. Or even when Lene came out, it was like, wow, this is the character that right now synergizes the most with Lene's kit and can benefit the most off of the off-tune build-up stuff. And really deliver that big punch with the Resonance Liberation that gets buffed, and there are plenty of other characters that work, but in particular seemed to be the one that everyone was rightfully pointing towards, and so we are gonna do a kit breakdown and all that kind of stuff to help you decide if this is a character that you should pull for. Um, so and then I'll give my. I guess I'll reserve my final opinions about future potential until the end. So for now, let's first go through sort of what Yuno's. We'll look at best weapons, echoes, and then we'll look at teams. So Yuno debuted back in 2.6 with Augusta, and at the
While the
time,
moon
as I just
cycles,
said, Iuno
I
was kind
remain the
of
anchor.
on an island, right? She was looked at as a character that maybe you only pull for if you're really simping for Iuno, or if you like those feet. I guess that was kind of the meme at the time. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I pulled Iuno because she looks dead ass. She's a dead ringer for Dana in the video game Ys Aid the Lacrimosa of Dana. If anyone has played that game, one of my all-time favorite games, and the main female co-star of the game looks exactly like Yuno, or I should say, Yuno looks like her. It feels like Kuro just ripped this character off of her. Even her weapon looks identical. It's crazy. Anyways, let's get into it. Her weapon, her SIG weapon, unsurprisingly, is going to be best. It is not mandatory, however, you are going to get some DPS loss if you don't have one of the 5-star alternatives. So that would mean you're using either of the Pioneer podcast weapons. If that's the case, then you're going to be losing a little bit. But again, and this is if you're using her as a sub DPS with Augusta, you can get away with one of those 4-star options, Stonard or Aether Strike, is what they're called. And right, yeah, this one. Absolutely would work with her. I was using that on her until I did. I ended up pulling her weapon towards the end of 2.6, but for the drip. But anyway, yeah, this weapon is fine with her. Um, it's gonna give her some nice buffing upon using her Resonance Liberation. basically gonna buff the liberation and increase attack when she casts the liberation, and it has the nice crit damage substat. So it's definitely a really good 4-star weapon. Um, let's take a look at what her weapon does though. You've got a much higher attack there, and you've got a lot of crit rate. That's a really nice crit rate stat for a weapon. Um, I mean, all the 5-stars have that, but this just it does make uh, building her Sonata set a lot easier. And so, like a lot of these, I mean, if you watched my Mornier video, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, if you want to have the comfy option of just kind of half-ass building their echoes out, get the SIG weapon. That's the lazy way to do it for sure. It's just spend the money or whatever, spend your pulls, get the signature weapon, and and then you don't have to keep re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling and farming and farming and farming uh, to flesh out the stats that you need. So, um, yeah, and then let's look at how it synergizes with the kit here. Um, Plenilune Radiance is going to increase attack by 12% just off rip, and then intro skill or Resonance Liberation is going to increase the Resonance Liberation damage by 20% for 15 seconds. So that's a pretty nice buff there. Obtaining a shield, which she does every rotation, allows the Resonance Liberation damage to ignore 7.2% of the target's defense for 7 seconds. That can stack up to 5 times. This effect is triggered once every 0.5 seconds, and upon casting intro skill, this effect reaches max stacks immediately, lasting for 3 seconds. So that's pretty nice. I mean, if you're playing in a team where you're always casting intro skills, which is primarily every team she's going to be in, you're going to be doing that. So you are going to get you're going to get every last drop of what this weapon offers with this character. So, anyways, there are a couple 5-star options that are going to be just as good, really. I mean, you're not going to get too much of a drop off in your numbers. The first one, a lot of players are not going to have this, or if they do, its home is with its intended character, Zhang Liao's weapon, Verity's Handle. But if you do happen to have it sitting around and maybe you just don't use Yao anymore, but if you're a newer player, you're not going to have this weapon. But if you do, it's a 12% all attribute damage bonus, which is pretty nice. It's kind of a jack of all trades type of weapon. And then when using Resonance Liberation, you'll gain an additional 48% liberation damage bonus for 8 seconds. And that effect can be extended by 5 seconds each time Resonance skills are cast, which does synergize very well with her. So, I mean, that's a huge buff on the Resonance Liberation damage. So, you are getting a lot there as well. The second option would be Zani's weapon, Blazing Justice, which increases attack by 12%, and casting the basic attack will also grant these effects, dealing damage ignores 8% of the target's defense, and amplifies spectro-frazzle damage dealt by 50% for 6 seconds. So that part is not going to be very helpful. It's more of just a stat stick. And then Tragic Comedy would be the other one, which is Rochia's weapon. And its substats are increases attack by 12% every time basic attack or intro skill is cast, heavy attack damage bonus increased by 48%. So the problem here is that most people don't just pull 5-star weapons and have no character that they're using it on. And so, the situation that most of us find ourselves in is, do we have a competitive 4-star option? If we don't, then we're pulling the weapon. Or you're getting a huge DPS loss. So, anyways, that's enough on the weapon. I would say if you really like this character, just pull her weapon. Um, the the weapon banner is guaranteed. I know that that is bait, but that's how this game works. Okay, that goes. Um, in all cases, her Sonata set is going to be the following: the Crown of Valor 3-piece and the Sierra Gale 2-piece. There is just not every single team that Iuno is on. This is going to be uh, what it is. So, um, no reason to even look elsewhere. She gets their damage bonus with the Sierra Gale, and she gets the with Crown of Valor upon gaining a shield. It'll increase her attack and crit damage. Um, this Lady of the Sea is going to be in pretty much all cases what you want to use. It'll just deal some additional arrow damage, and it'll buff her arrow damage and liberation, give her a liberation damage bonus as well. So, pretty well tailored to her kit. Um, you're gonna want to go if you have a crit. If you have her Sig weapon, uh, you're probably gonna want to go crit rate or crit damage on the 4 cost. And you are going to want to do 4-3-3-1-1, by the way. 4 cost going to be crit damage. If you do have Aether Strike and you're using that, which is a crit damage main stat, then probably go crit rate on the 4 cost. But it's just up to you, depending on what stats you need. And so we're going to look. Let's see here. Pull up my notes. So her, okay. Well, let's just go to these. So the 3 costs are going to be arrow damage bonus, both of them. You're gonna want to have, if you have some liberation damage bonus, that's going to be great. Skill damage bonus can be nice too. Just try to get crit on your secondary stats. Get a little bit of energy regen if you can. It's not super important, but it is nice to have like maybe 120% around that range. And then attack on the 1 cost. Pretty standard for a DPS slash sub DPS. For overall stats, you're going to want to try to shoot for over 70% crit rate and crit damage. You're going to want to have a little bit more than what I have there, honestly. You're probably going to want to have like 230 plus crit damage. And if you can hit 250, that's excellent. But I would say 230 at a baseline is what you want. Other than that, that's really all that you need to focus on. So, Yuno's kit. What's going to be most important for leveling up are going to be her 3 middle parts of the skill tree here. The with the Liberation and Forte circuit being the most important in Resonant skill really as well. Because the lunar cycle is really where she that's going to be the foundation of her kit. And basically, you can activate the lunar cycle a couple ways. And how you'll do that is either by pressing the Resonance skill button upon introing, or if you have your Resonance Liberation ready to go in your first rotation, which you do in almost all endgame content, unless you're on the other side of Whimpering Wastes, where you don't have your gauge all the way full. But other than that, obviously in TOA or in the new double pawns, you're going to have uh, liberation ready to go, and you're just going to hit that right away and get immediately into um, the lunar state, and then you're going to want to press jump again, and then you can fire off the Lady of the Sea Echo whenever you want to, and that'll deal some good arrow damage for you. And you're going to want to perform several, basically, they're enhanced basic attacks when you're in the new moon state. So that's going to be when you shoot up in the air and everything turns blue, and you're in the new moon state of the lunar cycle. And you're going to basically, after you'll see that the resonance skill button is lighting up after several enhanced basic attacks, you're gonna hit the an enhanced charged attack for absolute fullness. So you'll hold that final charged attack, and you'll do that right around the time that you see your next character is ready to intro. And so let's show a couple demos. I know that most of my other videos recently have also featured Iuno in the demos, so some of this is a little redundant, but if you haven't watched any of those, I'll just do a couple teams real quick. So let's just do it here. This is where I've been doing most of the demoing. And so her top team is still, well, that's debatable now. Her obvious first team, she synergizes probably still best with Augusta. And Shorekeeper would still be the top third option on a Sun and Moon team, although Lene also works well in this team. And because Iuno can function as the sustain, it sort of doesn't really matter which direction you go with it. We'll just show it with Shorekeeper. Actually, I did not arrange the... My bad. So we want to... Let's do that. Okay. So you're gonna start with Augusta and try to just build up the gauge a little bit. Do some of the echo. Just to build that up as much as you can. Then once that's available, you'll hit that. And then immediately outro to Shorekeeper.
In war with time.
And Iuno's ready. And then you're going to immediately get into the lunar cycle, the new moon state, hit that liberation, get a bunch of good damage there. Echo skill, and you're just going to hit it, and then once you see that's ready, charged attack, and you're there, and now we can come in, and she has the, she has maxed it out there, and is ready for the enhanced liberation, which is hard to get that without you. As you see, her liberation glows like a rainbow type of color. Make sure your tune break. This is ready again. Back to Shorekeeper, get the special intro skill. Ready again, and Iuno's ready. Back into the new moon state by hitting jump after a resonance skill, get the liberation again. Echo skill, fire several basic attacks, and then charge attack and hold this again for the enhanced liberation. Pretty nice damage there. So it's tough to get quite as good a damage out of Augusta without Iuno, that's for sure. Okay. Alright. And now we'll just show you what is her new top team, arguably. And this is what, and again, keep in mind, you don't have to change, but this is what's so nice. You have to change any, it's not a set of weapons or anything about the build. It's just slap her on here as a DPS. And the nice thing is, Lene does so much damage herself that you basically just have two sub DPSs. You don't have a true main DPS, but watch how much damage they do. It's the synergy is great with this team. If I knew how to play.
Hear my query. Attack confirmed.
Renee, gonna do skill, echo, liberation, and then charge this. Do 3 leaps in the air, and then plunge. Tune break, that off-tune build-up is really fast. Iuno's ready. Play the same way, get right up into the new moon state there. Liberation. Echo. And absolute fullness here. Okay, so you're going to hit some basic attacks here, and then you're going to hit your skill. You can do Echo, Liberation, and we're just going to do another charge attack, basically the same as you. And then you have Lene back in. Charge this up for about 2 seconds, maybe a little less. Plunging attack, and there we go. Iuno is ready again. You can see no energy problems on this team either, which is really nice. Very smooth. Very, very smooth. As a baby spawn. Mornier back, she's ready.
Authorizing maximum output.
Try to keep her part of the rotation as brief as possible. She can be competitive with Shorekeeper if you're able to do it. Tune break there. Yeah, this team definitely crushes. And we had the disadvantage of the arrow res from the first enemy, so probably could get an even better score.
Assuming master control. Guidance breath. Structural overriding of stars. Hear my query.
Still see just how OP this team is right now. So, yeah, team is very solid. Anyways, those are going to be right now our 2 best teams. And again, you could have Lene instead of Shorekeeper on the Sun and Moon team. And so now we get to future potential. And here's the difficult truth is that Iuno is top meta right now. She is one of the very few characters that is considered a SS tier or tier 0 character in both Wiwa and Teal, and double pawns if they're going to make a category for that on Pride Wing or whatever. And then the question becomes, in 2 weeks, is she still top meta? And not because she doesn't work on these Toon Break teams with the aforementioned Mornier and Lene, but when Amieth comes out, what happens then? Because everybody and their mother is going to pull for Amieth, and once they do, well, they're certainly not going to be using Iuno with Mornier and Lene. So for one whole patch, she sees the limelight, and so the question is Iuno bait? Is she a good pull right now? And I think the question you have to ask yourself is, are you okay with using this character mostly with Augusta, or with Chacona and Arrow or something? Because you may find yourself not having a Toon Blade team built around her after this patch ends. And so if you already have her, well, like I did, then great. No harm, no foul. I've gotten a lot of good use out of Iuno. She's cleared a lot of tough content for me that some other characters couldn't quite cut it. But she may not be quite as relevant in a couple patches. And that's going to happen to a lot of characters, obviously, as we start to see every new character from this region interact with the off-tune build-up mechanic. So Iuno benefits from the buffing from these two characters, but she has nothing to do with off-tune build-up. So it's really up to you. Pull at your own peril. Pull knowing that if you don't get her signature weapon and you wanted to use her as a DPS with these two characters, you're probably looking at a little bit of a DPS loss. So that, coupled with the fact that she's not going to be best in slot with these characters after this patch, it just depends how much you care about meta, I guess, because there's still plenty of use cases for her well into the future. This game just doesn't power creep characters, which is something that we all love about it. So that's what we have today for you. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and please consider going and following me over on Twitch. We are doing a fun thing where every 100 followers that we get, every new 100 followers that we get, I will be doing a 5-star giveaway. That's right. Big money bands, okay? They call me Daddy Warbucks. So we're gonna figure out. We're gonna keep it going. We've got. We just closed our giveaway that we're gonna do. We're gonna announce the winner tomorrow night and pull for them, and then we're gonna do another one to the next 100 until this channel picks up some steam. And we're working on YouTube. For now, it's going to be mostly just video content on YouTube.
Perfect.
And live streaming on Twitch. We're going to keep building, and we're going to keep trying to provide better and better content. Right now, things are kind of ghetto, but hey, you know what? It'll get better. Just trying to have some fun and provide some insightful content, hopefully, for you about Wuthering Waves and other gacha games. So please do consider following me over on Twitch at real_ElPrazoman. Same handle here as on YouTube. Please subscribe here on YouTube, and And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. Much love.